Floods swept houses and other properties in Bali in areas of Navabasa, Nabuyonga Ward, Doko, Bongoho and neighboring areas. Residents drowned in the running waters and lives and property were destroyed.
This morning's heavy downpour has caused havoc in Bugisu sub-region. Though it rained for a short time, it caused massive floods and landslides in Bali.
Omwala badali mu motoka tubakuja mulambo gwe mu motoka bamutute mu mochale bakutte mu maazi gano gana Buyonga. Ababadde bava mu tawuni n'emmotoka ne bayingira mu maazi wano mu bridge tubagyemu kati mulambo bagitutte mu gundi mu mochale wali. Mu kaseera kentukidde sobodde okutasaako bantu basatu. Omu kuba abadde wa boda yenga atugamba nti kukiye obulidde mumazzi muno netumubuuza nti obadde naani atugamba mbadde basomaali babiri mbadde mpeese naye nze nsigaddewo.
A number of Bugisu area residents were this morning seen salvaging their properties from water runoffs and floods that seem to have overwhelmed the area. The residents whose houses are adjacent River Nabuyonga spent the night fighting water that entered the houses, but almost were defeated as Magusa James, the chairperson Mirembe Sel, explains.
Kuba tusajira mu mabati kungaji kwezinzu nihagira kwasobolesa kuonesa ko batu balala.
The Mbale RCC Ahmada Washaki says 3 bodies have so far been retrieved from Nabuyonga stream floods.
Downpour throughout the night caused a lot of big floods, and they have claimed so far in Mbale alone it has claimed the 3 lives which we have now seen. However, according to the reports from eyewitnesses who saw the water at that time, confirmed that there are very many people who drowned, especially borders and some people in cars who are still drowned down. We have not yet traced where they are, so which means the death toll is likely to rise from what we have rescued now.
The resident city commissioner also emphasized the need to protect and preserve the environment.
Why government is guiding us not to continue building or cultivating in wetlands? These are the reasons, because as we continue to deplete the environment, these disasters do not have breaks if they occur.
Now, in other news, Bunyoro Kitara Kingdom is locked up in a land dispute with Hoima-based businessman William Mugabe and over 300 families in Rengabi village, Chikube district. During the meeting held at the RDC's office in Kazidam Fombi, Kikube district, Ada Mbabazi, the Kaseta Parish LC2 chairperson, said that more than 200 residents had petitioned her office testifying how the contested land belongs to Tycoon Mugabe.
The contested land, measuring approximately 600 acres, found in Rengabi village, Kaseta Parish in Kaboya sub-county in Chikube district, has created a rift among residents.
To be intimidated when you know this is the truth, stand by it. We cannot allow this to happen in this district. We cannot. We are still young enough to even spend the whole week there, to make sure that there is sanity.
Roberto Cham, one of the affected residents, say Mugabe bought a small piece of land from one of the residents and acquired a title in 2012, which he now wants to use to grab 370 acres of land. More than 200 residents petitioned the RDC's office in Chikube, testifying how the contested land belongs to Tycoon Mugabe.
Miko hapa Ruingapi. Kama donga ya wataka sisi yote alikuwa hapa ningia wataka. Iko jina mwenye kusandika hapa. Hii yote watu mina support Alan kwa dongo yake. Tena kila mtu miko na ndanga mtu.
The area councillor, Vincent Opio, says that many residents on the contested land have been compelled to flee, following the torture being inflicted on them by UPDF soldiers.
Government koraba mu security aba intelligence bagira mechanism rundo mulingo go kuservice.
Alan Kahwa Binoijo, Mugabe's son, is accused of attempting to grab the land, claiming his father genuinely acquired the land and obtained his title in 2012. Fred Mugenyi, the chief prince of the Babito, which is the ruling clan of the Bunyoro Kitara kingdom, says the entire land that is under contestation belongs to the kingdom.
Discuss for the best way forward. So Wakulema then we shall invoke the courts.
The Albertine Regional Police Commander, RPC, Vincent Mwesije, ordered for the deployment of both the police and UPDF in the area to restore sanity.
We are going to deploy what we are calling a buffer force. It is not going to be one-sided, but it is going to be in the middle there to separate the warring parties. And of course, the status quo is, according to the law, ownership is proved by a land title.
Amlan Tumusime, the Chikube Resident District Commissioner, says that the Rangabi land conflict has been there for some years.
UBC Lunchtime News, thank you so much for watching. Let's take a short break. On return, we have more.
Enjoy more GBs for the same price on Airtel. Shareable using to Gabane. We have increased GBs across all your favorite packs. Now, 4 GB is at 10,000 shillings and 10.5 GB at 22,500 shillings, all valid for a week. For the heavy data users, enjoy 24 GB at 50,000 shillings and 50 GB at 100,000 shillings, all valid for a month. Dial *175# or use the My Airtel app to buy these and more affordable weekly and monthly data bundles on Airtel, the smartphone network.
Oh, Susan, I want to propose to Rose. Yes, and this time I am serious.
Have you guys had sex?
Duh, of course.
And have you had sex without using condoms?
Hey, Nga, you're curious.
I'm more concerned. Are you having sex with other people?
Hey, hello. Is this an interview or what?
No, just things you should think about. Do you know Rose's HIV status?
Okay, this is serious. Should I be worried?
It is actually serious. Do you know your HIV status?
I think I am safe. Many times we get into situations that put us at risk of HIV. However, the first step to ending HIV is getting tested and knowing your results.
It's Time Up HIV. Call 0800-211-046 or text 8080 toll-free for more information about how to prevent HIV.
This message is brought to you by Ministry of Health with support from USAID.
Vimba ni MTN Kabode Super as you pay mpola for this smartphone. Make calls, update your WhatsApp status, watch YouTube, and Google anything under the sun with 2 GB worth of data every month for 7 months. Simply make a small deposit of 99k and pay the balance mpola. You can pay in daily, weekly, or even monthly installments while you enjoy your new phone. So what are you doing today? Visit any MTN shop near you and get the MTN Kabode Super easy.
UBC Lunchtime News, thank you so much for watching. Now, the National Drugs Authority Public Relations Officer Frederick Sechana has advised Ugandans countrywide to seek medication for both humans and animals from the practitioners and registered outlets. The National Drug Authority Public Relations Officer has given the advice at a press conference held in Nanyiga Hotel in Kasana Luwero District at the conclusion of a one-week National Drugs Authority reinforcement and compliance exercise. NDA Kampala Extra Region comprises that comprises of the 3 Greater Luweero districts of Luweero, Nakaseke, and Nakasongola, as we see in this report.
We have units all over the country. We have, like for here in Luweero, we have a district drug inspector where you can go and request for whichever business you want.
Those who are still submitting, those who submitted, let's say April or May, their licenses cannot be processed in 1 month's time. It takes at least 2 months to 3 months for the license to be out from the time of submission.
I would like to urge NDA that they should put in place perhaps an office where these people can easily be able to access the information that is required. For your information, a number of business owners have always given us feedback that sometimes when they come to NDA offices, they don't get the service that they have come expecting, because I don't know whether there is no clear guidance for them, but maybe would love to get more guidance regarding who exactly we should see, which office we should really guide them to go to, such that when they come there, they can be able to get complete information and proper assistance.
UBC Lunchtime News, thank you so much for watching. Nominations for Buchimbiri County Parliamentary by-elections have kicked off in Kisoro District Council Hall, with 2 candidates so far being nominated. An independent but NRM-leaning Gario Turiagenda was the first person to be nominated at 9 a.m. and the second candidate that was nominated was FDC's Owe Bay at 10 a.m. According to the returning officer Kisoro, there are 5 candidates that picked nomination forms, and rest will be nominated on Tuesday.
Of nominations, where 2 candidates booked for nominations today. The first candidate was Turiagenda Asgario, who is an independent, who was here at 9, and he fulfilled all the requirements to be nominated. Then the second candidate was Owebe James, who arrived at 10 as he had booked. And he also fulfilled all the necessary requirements, and he was duly nominated. So today we have covered 2 candidates. According to the number which picked nomination forms, we are expecting 3 more. 3 have parties, 2 are independents. Today 1 was for FDC, another one independent. Tomorrow we are expecting 1 independent, 1 NRM, 1 NUP. 1 booked at 10 tomorrow, another one at 12 midday, another one hasn't booked time, but at least he has confirmed tomorrow.
One Uganda.
UBC Lunchtime News. Let's take a very short break. We're still with you.
Hey guys, please let's have a brief meeting. See that? Calls, data, SMS, shareable among 5 people.
What?
And it includes free Airtel TV. Do you guys know what that means?
Means no worries.
Enjoy life worry-free with Airtel Smart Plans, shareable among 5 people. Use every day and pay at the end of the month.
They've also also added Showmax.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Oh, Susan, I want to propose to Rose. Yes, and this time I am serious.
Have you guys had sex?
Duh, of course.
And have you had sex without using condoms?
Hey, Nga, you're curious.
I'm more concerned. Are you having sex with other people?
Hey, hello, is this an interview or what?
No, just things you should think about. Do you know Rose's HIV status?
Okay, this is serious. Should I be worried?
It is actually serious. Do you know your HIV status?
I think I am safe. Many times we get into situations that put us at risk of HIV. However, the first step to ending HIV is getting tested and knowing your results.
It's Time Up HIV. Call 0800-211-046 or text 8080 toll-free for more information about how to prevent HIV.
This message is brought to you by Ministry of Health with support from USAID.
Vimba ni MTN Kabode Super as you pay mpola for this smartphone. Make calls, update your WhatsApp status, watch YouTube, and Google anything under the sun with 2 GB worth of data every month for 7 months. Simply make a small deposit of 99k and pay the balance mpola. You can pay in daily, weekly, or even monthly installments while you enjoy your new phone. So what are you doing today? Visit any MTN shop near you and get the MTN Kabode Super easy.
It's a full-time job to be a great parent or guardian. The decisions we make impact their lives forever, and getting a birth certificate is one of the most important ones. All you need to do is get a birth notification record stamped by a medical officer from the hospital where the baby was born or from the sub-county chief in case it occurred at home. Go to the NERA offices in your area and present the notification record, copy of parent's ID, and bank payment slip of 5,000 Ugandan shillings for citizens and $40 for non-citizens. Fill NERA Form 3 while there, and a birth certificate will be issued to you. Please note that birth certificates to refugees born in Uganda are free of charge. For more information, visit the NERA office closest to you or call 0800-211-700. This message is brought to you by NERA.
It's better to foster respect instead of fear and pain.
Cause a good school equals a better life.
Raising voices.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll come back from the break. Now, we'll take you back to Bali, where we say that the situation is still a somber one and somehow tense. Our reporter there is giving us updates that they are now trying to retrieve property that was submerged within the water, and some people that are suspected to have lost their lives within the floods that came up yesterday. Let us see the footage from Bali.
The community, I want to appreciate the community of Mbale City and the other people who are here, because now here we are not only the people of Mbale City who actually dared to become amphibian force to enter the waters and begin exhuming those bodies which were in the super custom vehicle here. As I talk now, 9 bodies have been recovered, but there is a fear that we still have more too in the car, which still now that the community has been joined by our forces, police and UPDF, they are trying to pull out the vehicle and establish what may be left in the vehicle. So as we talk now, the death toll as for this disaster for Mbale City alone, for Mbale City and some 2 cases in Mbale district, we now have a total death toll of 20. But if we get some 2 which are suspected to be the super custom now, it may raise to 22. However, the death toll is likely to rise because those who fall in as border riders, of course, when you fall in, when you are the border, you separate from a border. So there is no way you can be mobilized within the very vehicle you are riding, so that maybe they get you like we are getting these ones in the motorcycle.
That is the situation in Bali. The gentleman talking is the RDC of the city. We'll keep you posted about the developments there, but it's not very good news in Bali. As you've heard, so far 9 bodies more have been collected from the debris and the waters and the floods that came up yesterday after the heavy downpour. Moving on to business news, with Uganda being one of the leading producers of good coffee across the world, a memorandum between the Uganda Coffee Development Authority and the private sector foundation Uganda has been signed. The agreement is to see more promotion of Ugandan coffee on the global market, as well as having the farmers benefit.
Very much. This partnership goes a long way to amplify what should have been happening all along. Because as it is known, for the government, their job is to do the policies, the research, the regulations, and the taxation. While the private sector does everything in between, getting a quality seedling all the way to the cup. That is the responsibility of the private sector. So what we are here to do is to bring the two together, so that one, as private sector foundation, we actually understand the policies and ensure that government plays its role, while the private sector also plays its role, so that together we can grow the coffee industry.
From the logistics, from the processing, from the ICT, from the coffee tourism, all those kind of space, we believe in this memorandum of cooperation. Much of things were happening, but they were very uncoordinated. So we want to see together how this number one commodity for the country exported between the money to the economies, how we can have more coordination so that we really focus and see how we can take it to the highest level. Very much.
Yes. The Director General of the National Agriculture Research Organization, NARO, Dr. Ambrose Ogona, has reiterated the organization's ability to provide the necessary support to all institutions involved in food production to enable the country to raise enough food to feed the people. This comes amidst increasing threats of hunger in the countryside due to prolonged drought situations in the different parts of Uganda.
More directed that NARO and the National Animal Genetic Resources Center, NAGRI, should offer close to 5 square miles to help in the production of grain that can enable us secure a better future in terms of grain supplies, but of course also maybe the seed aspects. And then besides that, we also like taking already note that the war in Ukraine and between Ukraine and Russia has affected even the global supply of sunflower oil. So we're also looking at how base now can enter into the forest to produce a seed. We have our national semi-arid resource institute based at Serere that are doing actually a lot on the development of different types of sunflower, which like include hybrids with high oil content, even up to 50%. So this is an area where I think is quite important. We are going to look into that because you know the importance of oil both for human consumption, for animal feed manufacture, and also for soap. It's quite important. So we are not going to stay behind and or get weighed down by burdens. We are supposed to provide solutions to the country real time with good evidence. We are ready to.
We are telling NARO that it is very good to be inclusive from day one when you are doing your research, or to tell the would-be users of your product the story that you have such and such a product that would be very good in their business. So I think one thing we need to start communicating, we need to include in outreach, we need to advocate for whatever we are doing, be it funding, because quite a number of times the research that we are doing is funded by donors. But if we brought in the private sector and the real private sector and they understood what we are doing, then we could be getting also in what you would call contractual research works. How do we collaborate with the research, with the industry, the industrialists? If they really appreciate and see that what we are doing is very good for them, they would become part and parcel of the research we are doing, and they would even do the funding.
And we have very good lines with high iron content. We have very good line with calcium, which over time we expect the industries across the region to tap into this and make products that will address food and nutritional security in this country.
The Namugongo Sports League came to a climax over the weekend with 11 teams competing. Most of the teams that competed had an attachment to the Uganda Matters Namugongo. Among the activities that took place, that took center stage was football, tug of war and board games, as we see in this report here.
League, and it's been an amazing journey because we've just started, but we've seen numbers grow, and we have about 22 teams, you know, on the league with different classes, and it's been encouraging. It's been quite active, I could say. But today what we are here for is what we've called the grand finale, which is the climax of the first season. All the teams are fired up, and we have a lot of activities today. Apart from the games of the Namugongo, all alumni, whom we call Umosan, we have guest teams as well. We have Intare League here as well. We have Seta League here as well. And we have Chitovu League here as well. So they are playing a select team from us.
Yeah, it feels great. I know every team would wish to be the champions. But being record breakers, they want to break every record. In the last mini, we were the champions. Even this time, we were targeting to be champions again. So I think it feels so great. I would like to thank my team for their support, the time, my players, the effort they are putting until the end of this league.
And that will come to the end of all we had for you this afternoon. More news will come your way at 6 p.m. in Luganda, in Kiswahili, Luganda at 7, and I'll be here myself with news tonight. So you have all the reasons to keep it with us, because we'll have all the updates from Bali and elsewhere in the world. My name is Michael Jordan Lukomwa. Enjoy the new week, the new month, and all the time. Bye-bye for now.